You guys, in honor of the new year, I wanted to take a shot today, so let's do that in the beginning of the video, and I'll probably take another shot in the middle of the video. Cheers to a new year. Welcome back to Sofa. Today I wanted to talk about one of the biggest life lessons that I have learned this year, and very unfortunately, I am experiencing this right now, and I really never thought that I would have to make a video like this. And in this video, I'm gonna get a little personal with what's going on in my life. Never go back to your old job, to your old town, to old relationships. I never thought I'd say this, but let me explain. So I spent most of my time growing up in Illinois. This is where my parents are at. This is where my brothers are at. I went to school here. You know, all the things. I got jobs here, everything. I have grown up here. At the end of 2023, I decided to try something new out on the whim. I decided to move to a different state. And this is a really big deal, especially when you're younger, especially when you've only ever been in one place. And I tend to be a little more conservative, so I have a really hard time adjusting to new things, new people, new places, all that. Like, that scares me. That gives me a lot of anxiety. I like to be comfortable. Humans like to be comfortable. But I always knew that I wanted to move somewhere warmer. It is so cold in Chicago, you guys. Oh my God, it's so terrible. It is so cold and it's so dark outside all the time. It's gloomy. There's not a lot of sunlight. So because of that, I always had a dream to move to the South. And before 2023, I actually traveled a lot. I went to Las Vegas, Texas, Florida, Tennessee, all these places just to see which place I like best. And Florida was always a state that I had my eye on. And then out on a whim at the end of 2023, my lease was about to end for my apartment. And I was like, you know what? I have 2 months. And I think I can make it happen. I think I could just move to Tennessee. Tennessee is a bit cheaper than Florida, which is why I chose it. And so I went there, I moved there. It was really difficult for me to leave. I left behind my entire childhood. I left behind my entire life as I knew it, my whole perspective, my whole perception of life. Left behind all the people that I really loved and cared about. And at the same time, I left behind a bunch of unfinished business. And so everybody was so shocked by my move that obviously the people that were friends with me were like, oh my God, like, you're moving, that's crazy, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, yeah, you know, I feel like I just need a fresh start. I feel like I want to be in a brand new city where no one knows me and I don't know them. That's just what I wanted for myself. So I spent the year living in Tennessee. And let me tell you guys, when you grow up north and then you go down to live in the South, it is like a day and night difference. It felt like I was in a different country, to be quite honest, for a really long time. I could not fit in with the people there. The culture is so different. Everyone there is a lot more laid back. Everyone's nicer. Everyone's just kind of like slower paced. And I was just so not used to that because I grew up here, so I was completely different. And while I was there, I have cultivated friendships and I met a lot of very incredible people and I had so much fun, but there was always this feeling inside of me of wanting to go back here. And actually, for the year that I lived in Tennessee, I traveled back to Chicago 6 times, mostly just to see my family, but also I was just so happy to be back here because everything felt so familiar to me. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is not crazy. This is what I'm used to, blah, 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 this life. So the entire year that I lived in Tennessee, I kind of lived it with the knowing that I was going to move back here. And I really thought that that was the correct option. I'm going to take another shot because I feel like I have to. You guys, right before I moved back, okay, so I'm talking like 2 to 3 months before everything was official and I moved back, I realized that I, in fact, do like Tennessee and I'm actually used to it now. And it was so disappointing for me to realize this so late because I've had multiple coworkers and friends of mine tell me, Sophia, give it another year. You haven't even been here for long enough to really know whether you like it or not. You got to give it more time. And I was like, no, I know, I trust myself. I trust my intuition. This is not my thing. I have to move back. So cheers to the part 2 of the story. So I ended up moving back to Illinois about 2 months ago. And let me tell you guys that that was the worst decision that I've ever made in my life. And I'm not even exaggerating, you guys. This is the worst decision that I have made. And let me tell you why. I did not realize just how much I have changed. When I came back here, this no longer felt like home to me. Even though I would travel back here and miss it and reminisce the good times. At the same time, being here right now, this doesn't feel like home. It almost feels like I'm trying to put a square inside a circle. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense. Me being here doesn't make sense for me anymore. And even the interactions that I've had with people here, all these friends that I used to have that were always around for me and saying, oh my God, we miss you so much, we want you back here. Well, as soon as I came back here, they all ghosted me and they all cut me out. The people that I was friends with here, when I started interacting with them again, when I moved back, I realized that I can't even have the same interaction with them because I'm a completely different person and I function so differently and I've learned so many things. You guys, I'm young, I'm 23, right? So going to Tennessee for a year has taught me so much. There were so many life lessons that I learned. There's so many things that I have learned about myself, and I have become a different person in that time span. So when I came back here and I started to have conversations with the same people that know me, they couldn't have the same conversation with me. I wasn't responding the same way. And it was just this really awkward moment where I realized that this is just not the same anymore. And I'm not the same person, but these people are treating me as if I'm the same person that I was over a year ago. Another really sad thing that I realized is that people learn how to live without you. So even if you feel like you're leaving behind your loved one, you're leaving behind somebody that you really care about, or this person cares about you, right? And you're leaving and they're so sad, they're gonna learn how to live without you. And that is the harshest reality that I had to learn this year. It was such a hard pill for me to swallow, to see these people thrive in their life, to see these people move on with their lives and just do what they're doing. And I came back here thinking, oh my God, like I'll still be able to be friends with these people. I'll still be able to have the same connection. But the reality is that I changed a lot and this person changed too. I mean, these people changed. They got new jobs, they got new friends, they got new relationships, whatever. The biggest thing that I realized is that I've changed and I can no longer have the same connections that I thought I would have. I can no longer work at a job that I've worked at before because I'm a different person and I've outgrown it. Simply, I have just outgrown it. And to be really real with you guys, people up north are meaner. I thought that it would be okay. I really did. I was like, I grew up here, I'll be fine, it's okay. No, I got so used to the Southern culture. I got so used to the Southern hospitality of people being nice and laid back and chilled out and everybody having fun, that when I came back here and I wasn't experiencing that anymore, I was like, oh my God, what the hell? I'm so depressed. Another thing that I realized, and this goes specifically to people who stay in the same location all their life, they tend to, not everybody, but they tend to be very judgmental of you moving around. At least that's the experience I've had. I've came back and I was like, you know what? I want to move again. And people think I'm crazy. People think I'm insane. People are like, really? You want to move again? Like, what is that? You know, but they don't understand that this is just my life now. And so a lot of times people are staying at the same level when you have leveled up because you have gone and you've done something else already and they've just always stayed in the same place. And when you come back, you're just not going to align with this person anymore. Guys, always move forward. And why this is so difficult for me personally is because I hate change, but that's what life is all about. Life is constantly changing. The people in your life are constantly changing. Something is meant to be, it will be with you, it will stay with you, it will come back to you, and you will feel right about it. But if it's not meant to be, like I feel right now, this is just not right. It doesn't feel right for me. And so I want you guys to know that you should always progress in life. You should always try to put yourself out there, meet new people, make new friends, learn your lessons, try to be the best version of yourself, and the right situations and circumstances and people will always be around you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.